Now, after design and development planning, um, most of it seems to be pretty straightforward. I mean, the requirements of ISO 9001 are not that obscure that you can't interpret them for software development without 90,000 trying to tell you what it means. It's very straightforward. But we come to design and development review. Now here is where what differentiates the quality managed organizations from hackers. Now hackers just sort of sit down and they start coding and they muddle through. Their review is not extensive. Now, one of the things we know from many years of software development is that people make mistakes. We know this from aircrew operations, we know it from software development, we know it from so many fields. People make mistakes. This is just part of the human condition, I guess. And what we need to do is a baseline good practice is when we've done something, we need someone else to check it. There are different means of checking what we've done, different varieties of review. There's a peer review, which is just you give it to someone else, they look at it and see if they can spot a mistake. It's very informal, it's very easy to do, and it's a basic means of checking things. From there, it goes to the more formal walkthrough, where in a walkthrough, the person who developed the work walks people through it. They stand there and say, right, well, in this part I did this, and here's the reason why I did this, and this is what it looks like. Originally, it was just walking people through the code, line by line. The audience listens to that and sees whether what the person is saying matches what they're looking at. Or if what the person is saying, is there a better way of doing it? This is what they intended to do. Does that do it? Is it a good way of doing it? So that basic walkthrough is one method of doing it. Now that has both the advantage that the author of the work is doing the talking and is involved in the review, and the disadvantage that the author of the work, because the disadvantage is because the author can say, oh yeah, well, I need to do this, or they can explain it away, and people would accept that. Now, more rigorous again is what's called an inspection, and this was developed in IBM by wasn't Albright, Michael Fagan. He found a pretty good way of doing things was to leave the author out of it. Okay, we get several people together, and they read whatever it is carefully, slowly, and they flag any problems that they can see. They then get in a room and they go through it again. Is there an issue with this? Somebody would raise an issue. Someone else may say, oh yeah, I noticed that too, or they'll discuss it. Anyway, the point being that several people have had a look at this and have identified what they consider to be things that need to be explained in some fashion, or things that are wrong. And that results in a fairly thorough review. It happens that we use that technique when we're developing standards as well, and I can assure you it's fairly thorough, and it's very general. So there are different types of review that you can use. Now in software development, it really is strongly advised that you review all of the work, from the requirements through the architecture, whatever high-level design you do, low-level design you do, coding, anything and everything, anything that somebody does should be reviewed. Obviously there are reasons why you wouldn't at some points, but the recommendation is you do it, you review it.